Hello everyone and welcome back to Hayley's Adventures. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I hope you loved my last vlog. I am trying to hide a few things in this little frame right now because I don't want to ruin all the surprises I have for this video. So, two things. I have finally made over my hair, and when I say made over, I mean as in I have coloured it again. I have had a pretty up and down week. I haven't been feeling too great since Easter. I'm not really sure why. I think this whole like COVID-19 thing is getting to me, not being able to go to the gym and train and do all those things. So I've been very lucky that I've been back on track. So I've been very fortunate to see my best friend. I think that's kind of helped me through most of it. Again, mental health is something that I feel really passionate about. I think more people should be open about talking about things rather than hiding away from it, because we are just human and we all have emotions. Some people don't like to talk about them. I am one of those people. Funnily enough, for someone that doesn't like to shut up, I struggle to talk about my feelings. I'm actually genuinely fine. I'm just so exhausted and so tired, and it just puts me in this horrible hole. And you know, I've been doing so well for the last couple of years and working on getting my health back on track. So yeah, it's been quite hard, but you know, there's people out there that are worse off, and that's how I always look at it. I'm just, you know, blessed that I have beautiful families around me that I can talk to. You know, I'm just lucky. So anyway, I thought may as well make myself feel a bit better. I have asked Jacob's family for permission to revamp their theatre room because no one uses it. It's literally, there was cobwebs, there was stuff just stored in here, and we just kept putting more and more stuff. And I needed my own little quiet place. I needed a place that I could sit and film. I wanted a bit of natural light. You know, Jacob you know, he likes to race, and so when he gets his simulator out in our room, which is an old ironing board with all of his things stuck to it, you know, it gets really loud in there. And you guys heard in my last video, I had to tell him to shut up so many times. So I am very grateful that he is, you know, patient with me and lets me do what I need to do. But I needed a quiet space. So I went to Jacob's parents and I asked if they would, you know, be okay with me doing this. And it was an instant like, yes, no one uses that room. It needs to be sorted out. This is a great excuse, so go ahead. I don't want to give too much away, and there's a mirror behind me, so I'm trying to like sit in front of it. I filmed what I've done with my hair, so you'll see that a little bit later on. I thought that I would start this video, you know, tomorrow with my hair like blow dried and a little bit of makeup and stuff on, but my skin's actually not looking too bad at the moment, and this, well, except for down here, but you know, it is what it is. Just look this far away. I've got my new ring light set up, so it's been amazing, really good for my filming. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. So this is my makeover episode. Okay, so it is Saturday morning. As you can see, I look glamorous. We have been up since 5:30 this morning. It's Anzac Day, by the way. We went for an 8-kilometer walk and got coffee, and I have like a blister that looks like I have peeled the back of my shoe off. Okay, there's a lot of noise because Jacob is currently taping up a box. We are in the theatre room at Jacob's parents' house. They have given us permission to revamp this whole room and build me a home office. So we are going to film the whole thing. I'm going to show you heaps of before and afters. So it might be a bit crazy. It might be a bit crazy, but yeah, we can't wait to show you. What is this? The Hungry Caterpillar book. Alright, obviously we're going to find heaps of treasures, so we're going to show you as we go.
Howdy, partner. Draw!
Hi, and welcome.
Yes, you probably have seen the start of my office revamp because I would have put that in. You would have seen a little bit of it in between. Then I'm probably going to cut to me being like, I decided to have a break and dye my hair. Okay, so I am going to be colouring my hair. I am a qualified hairdresser, so if you are not qualified, always seek professional advice before you do so at home, because it is really hard to fix your hair if you stuff it up. I'm sure 99% of you have had home jobs before that you have buggered up and had to pay a lot of money to get them fixed. I used to colour my hair myself as a teenager. I absolutely loved it, so it was crazy when I learned a lot about colouring hair. I was like, ugh. I mean, it always worked out for me, but still. Anyway, so you probably have seen in my last video that I'm a beautiful redhead. I'm a very neglected red. Now, I used to use, so I get all my stuff from a professional distributor, and I used to use something called L'Oreal Magic Contrast. Now, it's not actually for dyeing your hair on the scalp. It's actually something that you use to dye someone's hair that is completely virgin, which means it's untouched and uncolored. And you would use it with like 20 or 30 volt and do it in foil, so it would give them like red highlights through their brown hair. Really, really cool. It's a direct dye, so when you squeeze it out the tube, it's bright red, so you kind of get a vibe of what it's going to be. Obviously, depending on how dark your hair is, naturally stuff like that will differ in your result. Today I'm trying something different. Now, I have never used this stuff before, but I'm using the Pravana Chroma Silk Vivids. Pravana Chroma Silk Vivids. So, I have used the titanium version of this, which is like an ashy grey, when I used to have bleached hair and I was like a grey titanium, you know, when everyone went through that ash phase. Some people still in the ash phase, which is great. So I had like really dark balayage, my hair was about down to here, it was bleached, and I used to maybe once a month put the titanium Pravana through it. It was really cool, it lasted a long time and it was really great. So what I'm using today is these guys. You don't need to mix it with a developer, which is this stuff. So, even better, because there's less steps, less things for you to get wrong. I always recommend wearing a dark shirt, something that you don't care if you get color on it, because that's probably gonna stain anyway. So, I have my disgusting hair. I washed my hair 2 days ago, but I normally don't before I'm gonna color it. So I have about a decent, I'm gonna go with just over an inch of natural growth. That's the boring stuff. I used the Magic Contrast because I had not touched my hair color-wise for 4 years. I kept letting my hair grow, so my balayage got better and better, and I kept putting like the toner through the ends, but I did not touch it. Then I got my hair cut up to here and I had about that much color left in it. Then that grew and I kept getting it cut shorter and shorter to the point where I got it cut so short into this cute little Karen haircut. I wonder if I could insert the clip here. And then basically I wanted to go bright red again. I just wanted to do something. I was sick of not doing my hair. I don't even know what's going on with my haircut, to be fair. I might even cut it myself. So basically my ends have lifted from a natural 4, now 1 being black, like black as you could get, 10 being platinum ash blonde, platinum white blonde, whatever. My hair at the moment on the ends is probably sitting at like a level 7. Now this stuff here is recommended for a level 7. I'm not even gonna bother focusing on that. So I think it's going to be really great. I'm not gonna be bothered if I do get it on any of my natural color, because if anything it might tinge it, but there's no developer, so it's not going to lift the hair and deposit the color, which is what most colors do. So I'm gonna give this a brush and I'm gonna start applying it. I have half of my head shaved at the back. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, cool. All right, so I'm gonna get stuck into it. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing down here. Okay, let's get started. Also as well, if you have an old towel, I always like to put an old towel down just across the sink because it can stain, not so much the sink if the sink's porcelain, but if you have like laminate bench tops, this will stain. It's a direct dye, so basically the colour that you see in here, if that lands anywhere on this bench, it will stay that colour. A good way to get it out, baby wipes, let it dry, magic eraser. If that doesn't work, Gaviscon. If that doesn't work, just move out, set the whole place on fire. Alright. So I always like to, because I don't have to do my roots, I'm going to do this the easy way. So I'm going to take a section at the back, about 1 inch deep. Sorbeline is a really good barrier, so probably need to worry about this too much till I get to the top, but I'm literally just going, oh that looks so bad. I'm just going to smear this around my hairline. It's great, face gets a nice deep moisturising. Right into your hairline. Remember that you're not colouring your roots, so it really doesn't matter if you get it that far into your hairline, but trust me, honey, this stuff will stain. Alright, so literally all I'm going to do is I'm just going to slap it on. You probably want a comb. Comb is good for good measure. Now, I don't stress too much. Now, I'm blind, so I'm going to probably look in the mirror more, but I don't stress too much about getting too much colour on at the moment because you're going to obviously comb it through anyway. So you're going to lose some of that. And basically just use your hands anyway because, well, it's going to be easier, trust me. So all I'm literally doing, oh, it smells nice. It's the best thing about not having any peroxide and stuff in there. Oh, my ears are going to get trashed. How have I been doing this for so many years and I forget my ears every time? Oh, they'll be covered. Okay, so when you feel like it's pretty evenly distributed, give it a comb. Alright. Twist it away, back behind your ear. So I call this natural blush. As you can see, this stuff up here is going to come off quite easy because we had a barrier there. Oh, well, I mean, maybe my skin was just hella dry, so. So this is the mask of the month. Alright, I'm just taking the piss offs. Feels nice. I'm really hot at the moment. Obviously. So anyway, I'm gonna conclude it there. Okay, so I've just finished filming my intro and I'm ready to take my towel off. Last time I coloured my hair red, I wore this around for hours and everyone's like, are you gonna take that off? And I'm like, this is my new red hair, what are you talking about? Yeah, safe to say, I thought I was psycho. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, lovely. Okay. Yeah, nice. All right, this is good. So, feeling it. I'm feeling it. I don't mind this at all. Obviously, it's a huge contrast between my natural root color, but as my roots get a little bit longer, I will probably do like a root stretch with a darker color, but for now, my hair's so voluminous anyway with the way that it sits. Probably not right now, you know, because it's a bit dried up from sitting in my towel. I like it. I am actually really happy with that. It's not like in your face, bright red. Like, you know, it's not camera strap red. Okay, not bad. I think we've got a winner. Although, it has not only stained my nails, it has stained the shower terribly, like worse than the Magic Contrast last time. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to bleach that tomorrow. Anyway, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow morning when I've made myself look half decent. Cool. Okay, so we are ready to do the final reveal of how the home office came out. As you can see behind me, it is such a huge improvement already. I will put in some panning shots so you can see the before and after in the same sections. But this room, no one has really touched it in the last sort of 5 years. The boys come in sometimes and use the old like gaming consoles, but other than that, no one comes and hangs out in here because it was just like a dusty old room that we would put people in if they slept over. For some extra room. So we're super excited because now you can use it again, and it's super comfy. It's nice and dark if you want to have a nap in here as well. So I've had to get some extra lighting for my filming because obviously I need to have really clear light so you can see there's lots of shadows where I'm standing. So yeah, we're super stoked with how that came out. So now I'm going to show you how my office came out. Okay, so here we are again at the end of my second vlog. I had so much fun putting this one together. It took a lot of filming. As you can imagine, that whole time lapse of the room being built. As you can imagine, to put it into perspective, this is a 30-minute vlog and this contains my room and my hair being done, which were both very lengthy processes. So we started in this room at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning and didn't really finish it properly until about 4:30, 5 o'clock that afternoon when I kind of kept moving a few little bits and pieces and finished vacuuming the floors. So it was a full day thing. So I'm lucky that we had the help that we did have, because if we didn't, I don't know how long we would have been in here for. So, you know, it was good fun nonetheless. It kept us busy, we got to do something, and I love that before and after thing. I think in times like these with isolation and whatnot, you can tend to get stuck in your own head and you can start thinking about things that aren't necessary or putting scenarios in your own head. One of the ways that I find to try and beat that is to be creative, whether that is doing some research, watching some other vlogs for ideas that I want to try that might work or they might not work, you know, putting pen to paper, thinking about what the next thing is that we can work on around the house. Today in particular, we have all been outside. We got a skip bin delivered this week, and so basically maybe in the next vlog I'll do a full walk around of our outside, but we live on 3/4 of an acre, so we have quite a big backyard. You've seen a few snippets here and there from in the backgrounds of some of my videos, but it is basically like so much grass and so much space. It had old mulching that needed to be redone. We bought some new plants over the last few months that still hadn't been planted, so it's given us a chance to get outside and actually, you know, just be out in the sun, get that vitamin D, just enjoy doing something other than sitting behind the screens. You know, it's nice to sit and watch a movie sometimes, but you just kind of get to the point where there's only so many movies that you can watch. It's probably an unpopular opinion, but I don't like sitting down in the same spot for too long. I get too bored. I like to do different things. So anyway, that's kind of how things have gone for me. So doing these whole like revamps of our bedroom, the theatre room now, that part of the backyard, and then today I finished the whole front, so I remulched the whole front yard. You know, we hosed down all of the driveways, the front door area, so everything just kind of feels like a bit cleansed and a bit nice. You know, and Jacob and I live here basically for free, so this is us putting in some time and effort to, you know, help pay our rent, I guess you could say. It's nice to get out and give, you know, the family a hand, and it kind of gets us all to spend time together, so it's been quite nice. I had a bit of a rough week. I know at the beginning of this video I spoke a little bit about mental health, and that was probably a week ago today. I sat in this very room and filmed that intro, and that was quite hard for me to talk about because in my head I literally think that people, you know, probably watch my videos and be like, oh, like, how does she even have problems? Like, I find that something that I've struggled to overcome and deal with in my life is that my confidence intimidates people, and I have been told that at the last 3 jobs that I've worked at, and not in a bad way, just as a feedback thing. I've come across like some people here and there that I feel have had issues with me, but I haven't done anything wrong to them, and then, you know, I'll have feedback from managers and stuff like that, and they're like, the confidence that you possess can be intimidating to some people, and I'm like, why? Like, I'm the fat funny friend. Like, I don't understand how that intimidates people, but I guess I spend a lot of time, most of my time, sitting there fighting with my own head, telling myself that if I want to film and I want to, you know, put content together and be creative and do something that makes me happy, I need to just do that and stop worrying about what other people are going to think. It's one of those things where if you're a creative person, you know, you might get writer's block. So, you know, you'll try and explain that to other people and they don't quite understand it. And I think there's a lot of things in life where each individual person has so many different types of things that they could be into that other people don't know about. So I guess you get to a point in life where you kind of get sick of people being like, oh, are you filming again? Or are you doing this again? Are you doing that again? And it's like, why does it matter to you? Why does what I do with my life affect the next person? Like, if you don't want to watch my stuff, or if you don't like what I post on Instagram, or if you think that I write too much and whatnot, don't read and don't follow. Like, you would clearly know that because you've looked at my stuff. Like, just don't do that. And I think I've watched a few vlogs now where there's quite a few people that feel the same way, and it's a very hard barrier to break through. Like, I still get really shy about taking my camera out in public. You know, I don't have an issue with talking in front of the camera, but again, it's you just constantly, like, a lot of it is where my anxiety stems from, is what people think of me. And I like to say, not that I care, because I legitimately don't, but there is still those parts of you that will constantly like fight with you and tell you that like, you know, you can't post that. People will just see it and roll their eyes. It's just another fitness post, or it's just another this, or, you know, in my head I'm going, people, you know, I don't want to share too much of my fitness journey because people that don't know me from my past probably just see it and be like, oh, just another fitness blogger. And it's like, well, why does that matter? The way I see it, the more the merrier, because I'm the one that has people messaging me and telling me that what I posted or what I've said online or the way that I portrayed myself has made them feel so much better because they're sick of seeing all these fake cookie cutter profiles, you know, that are just there to get paid by other brands to do things. Like, I'm not getting paid. Like, I'm spending my money that I work hard for on camera equipment, and you know, I built this office, and like, it might have been inexpensive to some people, but that was still my hard-earned money because I want to have a beautiful place to create from, because I love sharing things, and I just love that if I could make one person laugh, or if I can motivate one person, then that's kind of like, that's my job done if this was a job. But this is just something that I do for creativity. So when, why did I say that so weirdly? Creativity. So when people reach out to me or they comment on my vlogs, like, I was so inundated with messages last time from people that I know really well that go, well, I didn't realize that that was the sort of stuff that you were doing. Like, when you said you were making a vlog, I expected just like a video diary. And I was like, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. I have this equipment. I don't have to share everything that I film. Maybe I need to find that motivation again by doing a 30-day video diary, you know, and basically I'm gonna feel like I've let myself down if I do my reporting at the end of the day and I've not got anything to report on. So yeah, last Saturday Jacob and I went for an 8-kilometer walk and I wore my new sneakers. Bad idea, because those blisters that I spoke about in the first part of this video, my God, they have given me a ride this week. Honestly, I just, not fun. So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me that even one person watches these, so I really do appreciate it. And like I said, if you're struggling with like creativity, and if you think that this is something that you want to do and you think that you have something that you can share that people will enjoy, I really recommend that you just do it, because I've finished doing these and I sit there and I have a smile on my face and I just feel like I just did something that I wanted to do and I didn't really give a crap what anyone else is going to think about it, you know. And I still just, I believe strongly that people should support each other. Like, people shouldn't be bringing each other down, and just, you know, it's a really crazy big wide world that we live in. And I think that the more people that support each other, the better. Like, isolation and this whole COVID-19 thing has proved that people can band together. But it's also proved to me that I really don't need a lot of people in my life that I did have before, that I felt like, you know, I was always so anxious to be around, you know. I just feel like I'm kind of sad that when this COVID thing's over, like, I'm not going to have the COVID isolation thing to hide behind anymore. So I need to work on myself and my like mental health and stuff that's gonna, you know, make me feel happy about going out and doing those things again. Again, it's not people in particular, it's just that I constantly feel like I'm being judged for the things that I do. So I need to sit up tall, put a smile on my face, and just keep going, keep doing what I'm doing, because there is people out there like you that love me doing this sort of stuff, and that makes me happy. I have 3 girls that when I come to work after posting a vlog, they're just so happy, and they're just like, I used to just watch people like you on YouTube all the time, and so when you did that, like, I was so happy because it's someone that I know. Yeah, so things like that just you know, make me feel like this is the reason why I do that. My current Instagram account that I do have actually was a secret private little account from back in the days that I used to just have to share things like my weight loss journey, you know, my mental health, things that I was researching that I thought that people might like. And then, I don't know, like, one person would be telling their friend about it, and then they'd message me and be like, hey, I was telling my friend about your page, like, if they add you, will you let them follow? And then I just kind of got to a point one day where I was like, why am I hiding these things that I'm so passionate about? Like, if people don't like it, then they won't follow. It's as simple as that. So from the day that I opened that up publicly, you know, I still get people that are supposed to be my close friends that say to me all the time, like, oh my God, like, how do you just find so much to write about things? And I'm just like, well, why do you read it? And then they go, yeah, you know what, you're right. I always say to myself, like, God, that girl can write, but I read every single word of it. And I'm like, exactly. So I don't see what the problem is. But it's as simple as that. I think the the clearest mentality that you can have is that you need to do things for yourself, no matter how it affects other people, because at the end of the day, you're not harming anyone by doing something that you truly love and something that speaks to you. If you're being creative and you're doing something positive that's putting something out there in the world and you're not killing anyone, then why should you feel bad for doing it? So that is my biggest piece of advice to all of you out there that have messaged me and said, how the hell do you find the confidence to just sit there and talk in front of a camera? I am in my pajamas right now. I'm wearing my favorite t-shirt that says, I like coffee and maybe 3 people, because you know what? That's pretty accurate. So anyway, I am going to load this on my computer so I can finish my video, and you'll probably see a funny little blooper reel at the end of this when Dana was here last weekend and I got this really cute, my computer keeps turning off. I got this super cute little palette from Aldi, and it's got all these really cute shades in it, and I said to Dana, oh, you should let me do your makeup. She fully regretted it after, but we had fun. So I'm going to speed that up and put it at the end of this as my blooper reel for the month. And I will see you guys in my next vlog. Thank you so much again for watching. All the best, take care, and I'll see you really soon. I look so good.